והארץ החדשה נעשה על ידי ארץ ישראל, and the new land becomes by the holy land of Israel, שהולכת השפע דרך ארץ ישראל, and the bounty is going out to the world through the holy land of Israel. נמצא שברא עכשיו שמיים ומזלות אחרים, so that person just created new sky and new luck for people, success. נמצא שמשנה הטבע שהיה מוטבע במזלות הראשונים, so you can see that a person, he changed the nature that was set before, just by thinking one thought of tshuva, just by saying to Hashem Baruch, hey, I want to be with you, I want to be one with you. נמצא שעל ידי שיבור תאוות אכילה נעשה מופתים ופלאות, so by breaking your nature and connecting yourself to the Creator, by that you're making wonders. When a person is connecting himself to the source of power, to the source of life, to infinity, he becomes to be one with the Creator, and he can make wonders. And the only reason that you cannot see wonders in your life is because that you haven't nullified yourself yet to the Creator. And if it's too hard for you, so nullify yourself to the Creator in that point, that it's hard for you. What does it mean? To accept the fact that it's hard for you. To nullify yourself to the Creator on that point, exactly on the fact that it's hard for you. On that topic you need to discuss Hashem. You need to talk to Him. You need to see that it's hard for you. For people it's so hard to come to that awareness, to be aware to themselves, to understand where you're holding. For an example, you have a discussion with a person, you're talking to him, and you're afraid of him. He's talking to you and he's telling you something and you're afraid of him, or that you're upset on something. You have a different thought than the thoughts that you're presenting while talking to him. You're talking one thing and you think different. The main thing that you should do with that is to be aware to yourself. That's the main thing that you should do. First of all, before changing yourself, first of all, you need to recognize that. You need your mouth and your heart to be equal. You need to have one thing in your mouth that comes out from what that you have in your heart. You cannot say another thing and to feel different. You need to feel yourself. You need to see that you are afraid now. You need to recognize that. And with the relationship of us with the Creator, it must be the same. You cannot worship someone that you have so many questions on him. If you still have frustration and sadness and angers on the Creator because of things that you went through in life and you haven't solved yet, that you have complaints on the supervision on how that Hashem Yitbarach he lead you in life, what that Hashem Yitbarach done with you until today. If you still have issues with that, so you need to discuss it with Him. You must solve your issues with the Creator. Before you're going to go and claim, yes, I'm serving, and yes, I believe, and yes, I'm a man of faith. If you don't know who are you in the picture yet, if you still have so much anger and so much frustration and so many questions and doubts, and so why to go and to lie and to claim, yes, I am, yes, I'm doing, yes, the lie will never going to bring you closer to the Creator. Only truth will bring you closer to Him. And we still don't understand it. I'm telling you that over and over, and in the end, when the Guelah will come, when the redemption will come, it's gonna be such a joke. It's gonna be such a joke because it's gonna be a huge humiliation to all of the arrogant people, to everyone. Everyone will see how wrong they were. Even the biggest righteous people, they will see how wrong they were. They will still be important. There is a story in the Gemara on one of the Tanaim that his name was Elisha Abuya. That Elisha Abuya, he made a mistake that rejected him from being close to he lost his purity. And after that he sinned, that he made that mistake, so the Gemara, the Talmud is calling him Elisha Acher, different Elisha. It's like he became to be, in the beginning he was Elisha ben Abuya, we honored him, named after his father, Abuya, But after that, he messed up big time. The Gemara is bringing so many stories on what that he did. He failed big time. He failed in his mind. He failed in his heart. He failed in his actions. He failed with his mouth. He failed in many, many ways. And then the Gemara, the Chachamim in that generation started calling him Elisha Acher. It's a different Elisha. It's like a foreign Elisha. It's a different person. After he died, so his daughter, she came to one of the rabbis and she told him, look, I'm poor. Give me money. I need money. So he told her, the daughter of who you are. So she said, of Elisha. So he said, the other Elisha? Like the sinner? Immediately fire came down from heaven and burnt his seat. Burnt his chair. So he made tshuva. In heaven it's written that they couldn't, in the Gemara it's written that in heaven they couldn't decide what to do with him. He was stuck, Elisha Acher was stuck between the worlds. They couldn't take him to hell to pay for his sins because of all of the Torah that he was holding. Because he was a Tana. For years he was a holy, righteous man that he had the power to revive dead. But after a while he starts sinning. And there is even an opinion over there that there is one opinion that says that he wanted to kill a person, and there is another opinion that says that he killed that person. So it might be even a murderer or a potential murderer, like he lost his mind completely. More than other things that with other list of things that he did, he really lost his way. But in heaven they couldn't take him to hell to punish him on his sins because he was a very holy man. And they couldn't take him to heaven also because, look, you can't take that person to heaven. We need to understand that our closeness to the Creator and that our importance in the eyes of the Creator is going in a different way. You can look at yourself and you can judge yourself and you can hate yourself and blame yourself and think to yourself, oh, look, I'm not learning. You don't know where you're holding. You don't know where is the heart of the Creator, how the Creator, He looks at you. We must understand that when the redemption will come, when the Guelah will come, so Hashem Yitbarach will show His real will. And all of the wise people that think that they know all, that think that they understand a lot, everyone from his place, it's not Rav Dror is not a person that sits every day in his center to talk about rabbis. You need to understand. I'm not cholek, I'm not contradicting about rabbis. I have a different job. I'm a fisherman. I'm throwing my chaka, line, the rod, and I'm just fishing souls from hell. That's my job. I'm just having fun every day, fishing another soul from the depths of hell, fishing another soul from the depths of hell. That's my job. I'm a fisherman. I'm a dayag. I'm taking fish out, saving them from the flood of foreign thoughts, of and we just need to understand that thing, that if there is a righteous man, a huge man, and really he achieved things in a certain path, that he was walking in that path, it doesn't necessarily says that if you're going to do the same, you're going to succeed the same. It's not. He found himself in his path, in his way of life, and he became to be who that he is. You need to learn from him, not to imitate him, just to become yourself like that he became who that he is. That's our mission, to become who that we are. And for that, for sure, we need to listen to the Chachamim and to learn from them, but to learn from them what happened with them, not what I should do. I should do what that my heart will wake me up to do. I need to be who that I am. I need to feel complete with myself. I must I must feel good with what that I'm doing. Because if I'm not going to feel good with what that I'm doing, I know myself, I won't be able to continue. I must be who that I am. And that is the real will of the Creator. You're going to see that. You're going to see that. You're all going to see that in the redemption, in the Guelah, and it's coming. It's coming in our days. It's not like, oh, the redemption, it will come. It's building up. Every day we put another floor, another stone, another brick, another pillar, another. It's like you can see it. The numbers of people that are waking up in the world and they're so thirsty and they're starving to hear words of Hashem. You see people that are reaching to us, the people that we're reaching out to. It's like, you can't believe those people. Where are they coming from? And they have only one thing in mind. Israel. Torah Kedosha. We want to be like you, the tribe of Yehuda. And you're talking about the nations. We're talking about people in South America. We're talking about people in South Africa. We're talking about thousands and thousands of people that are from Russia, And you see that those people are waking up with holy desires for the truth, and they're asking for God, and they feel connected, and they want to talk to Him, and they love Him, and they want to contribute, and they want to help, and they want to join, and they want to unite, and they want to come. And are those the days of Mashiach or what? Those are exactly the days of Mashiach. That Mashiach will go and gonna gather all of those people, Mekabetz Nidcham o Israel, all of the people that fell, all of the people, all of the lost souls, all of those unique souls that lost their way. Even Masu Abonim Eita lerosh pina. All of those stones that the builders couldn't fit them into the building, and they put them aside. So even though that, in the beginning, the builder is coming and he's picking the good stones to put in the building. So he's taking the square ones, the ones that, and if there are others that are not perfect, so he's working with them. He's taking his hammer and breaking them a little bit and fixing them, and then he's putting them back into the next level, to the next wall. If there are stones that are very problematic, that they have hard angles or that they're hard to break, the builder doesn't have time to deal with one stone for an hour, for 2 hours. He cannot do that. There is a building to build here. So he's putting it aside. So, and then comes the next builder, or the next day, and you check which stones you have, and you put another brick into the building, and another one, and in the end of the building, you're stuck with those ones that were the most problematic ones. And not only most problematic for you as a builder to put them into the building, just also for all of that time that you were building and you were not using them, so they were just the rolling stones, disturbing everyone. Everyone that walked over there, he ran into those, what that stone is doing here. And so it was an even negif. So our souls are those kind of souls that could even interrupt the builders doing their job right, and like standing in between and causing a lot of damage and just annoying the righteous people for so many years. I know I'm annoying a lot of righteous people also today. What can I do? But in the end, the builder, he's taking those stones and he's putting them as the top stone, the crown on the door, on top of the door. How you say that? What? Doorpost or something. That it's like suddenly that stone that everyone couldn't deal with, suddenly it becomes to be the beauty, the good stone of the building. They're using it as something else in the building in the end, and the top as a crown, or the doorpost of the building. And And then it becomes to be so unique. So in the beginning, you don't know who you are. You don't understand what your talents are. I have a student that for years in his life, he was making trance music. He was making trance music. So, of course, what are you going to say about that? It's very far from Kedusha, from purity, from holiness. What? Trance music? You know what people are doing with trance music. They're taking drugs and they're dancing in the forests to that trance music. But now that person takes his talent, that he bought that talent, not in the Beit Midrash, probably in those places where you can hear trance music. And he's taking that talent and he's using it for Kedusha. Means he's taking my classes and he's editing them and putting the words of my Torah on top of the music, and he's creating a trance music with words of Torah of Rav Dror. And suddenly you have something very, very holy with the power to penetrate into those dark parties in the forests. And someone going to use that track in some kind of party, and people are going to wake up to see God, and they will do tshuva. And this is something that you cannot plan. You cannot go and learn how to make trance music. If you haven't been in the parties, you will never going to have the talent to know how to make trance music. You won't be good at it. If you haven't took LSD and you haven't danced for 48 hours straight, you will never going to make a nice track. It's like you can't. Sorry. It's not something you learn on your computer. That's something that your blood need to. You had to make people dance. You had to dance with thousands of people to understand the rhythm, the beat, the speed, the wave, the flow. So while you were in that party, you could never imagine to yourself that something good will come up from that. But God, He knew. Hashem, He knew. And Hashem, He knows exactly on every one of us what is our path. And even if you're not so unique that you took acid and you dance in parties and I don't know what the Yetzirah is telling you, and even if you're a simple person that had normal, boring life, you must understand that the humiliations that you went through in life brought you to that broken heart that you have today. And with that broken heart, you can call Hashem in a way that will open gates of mercy, that will change the world. Because all of us, we are gates to heaven. Every one of us contains inside of him a window to heaven, a gate to heaven. That's your soul. Your soul is a channel that is connected from inside to the spiritual world, to infinity. And you just need to open those gates and to let your thoughts and your wisdom and your talents and your power of understanding to reveal itself, to express yourself. And then you will bring down more holy bounty to the world. This is what the Rabbeinu is saying. That all of the holy bounty is coming through the people themselves, through that Yaakov, that receives his bounty from the holy land of Israel. Land, the physical land. The will, the desire, the yearning to the holy land. The will to come and visit in Eretz Israel. All of those things. You go to the supermarket, you see fruits from Eretz Israel, you buy those ones. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how you're changing the face of the world. You send one prayer, please Hashem, watch over Israel, watch over the holy nation of Israel. You don't know what you're doing. You have one thought, simple thought of tshuva, please Hashem Yitbarach, I want to be a better person. You can never imagine what you're doing. How much you're helping me, how much you're helping all of the righteous people that are doing their job. You can never imagine how much good you're doing and planting in the world by just being positive with yourself and giving yourself another chance. Another day to work. Another day to try to do something good. If you give that chance to yourself, you give the Creator another chance. You give the world another chance. You give all of your siblings another chance. You give all of the world another chance. We must believe in who that we are and to let it be. You are unique. I want to tell you, I don't know how to express myself again and again. I will repeat that speech over and over. You want to sing? You must sing. You want to dance? You must dance. You want to paint? You must paint. You want to run? You want to jog? You want to play basketball? You must do that. You want to work as a gardener? You want to work as a videographer? You want to print books? You want to drink coffee? You want to buy an espresso machine? You don't know who you are. You must do that. If you will be so happy bringing that espresso machine to your house, and you will just with a happy soul, with a wishing soul, you will hold that cup and you're going to say, Shakol niya bidvaro, and you're going to zip that coffee and you will be happy. You completed something in the world. You did something huge now. You think it's not, because you think, no, you compare yourself to other people. You say, what am I doing? I'm drinking coffee. But if the Baal Shem Tov, again, I'm telling you, I'm repeating myself. But if you would hear that the Baal Shem Tov, he came to that guest house, and the owner of that guest house, he poured him coffee, and he gave him the cup, and the Baal Shem Tov was sitting, and he was holding his cup with his two frozen hands from the snow outside of Ukraine 250 years ago, and he said, Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu, Melech HaOlam, Shakol Niya Bidvaro, and everyone, and quiet was surrounding the room, and the Baal Shem Tov, he drank from that hot cup of cup. So then it's a story on the Baal Shem Tov drinking coffee. He just enjoyed a simple cup of coffee on his journey in the freezing cold of Ukraine. So why you, in the freezing cold of your exile, cannot enjoy a cup of coffee? Ribono shel olam, what's the problem? I don't get it. I don't understand what's the problem with you drinking coffee. There's no problem. Enjoy your coffee. And you can be in the level of the Baal Shem Tov. That's exactly what that Rabbeinu said, that the Baal Shem Tov said. That Rabbeinu said that people will be in the level just by simple netilat yadayim, they will hold the level of the Baal Shem Tov. That by keeping Torah mitzvot, you can be in the level of Rabbi Akiva. Why? Because really, if you're going to just connect yourself to the Creator, so you're connected to the Creator. We don't need to make a big deal out of something that is available for us today. The problem, and I'm saying it to you again, the problem is only the way that people educated us. They educated us to think that our closeness to the Creator depends in our actions, in how many pages we learn today, in how strong we are guarding our eyes, how strict we are with a certain halachot, eating kashrut, must be mehadrin. Great, I hear. But I disagree. Because I think, and I see it, and it's also written, that the closeness to the Creator is an inner thing, and not something that depends in your physicality, or in your lacking, or your weakness, or the difficulty of the physical world. How hard it is today to focus on a page of Gemara. How hard it is today to focus on saying the Sefer Tehillim. In a different generation, you can see that righteous man, he was finishing the book of Tehillim 3 times a day. Okay. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. To me, I'm an Israeli. I born in Jerusalem. I know how to read. Amazing. I'm reading fast. I know I know a lot of chapters by heart. It take me 2.5 hours to finish the book of Tehillim, to me. My kids are finishing the book of Tehillim in half an hour, but I know they're not reading it. That's how they're finishing it in half an hour. But to me, it takes 2.5 hours. Okay, so I need to spend 7.5 hours to finish the... No, I'm not going to do it in 7.5 hours. It's going to take me longer. So something like between 9 and 10 hours, if I'm awake and fresh and I can drink and I have quiet and I can focus. So it's going to take me 8, 9, 10 hours to complete 3 times. Who can do that? Who got those hours to complete? And he was doing it every day. So I must understand that he lived a different life than my life. I need to take my kids. I need to sit to talk with my wife. We need to do shopping. Oh, it's Thursday. We need to run. There is a Muna center. There are people working, coming, going, things to do. You need to put gas in your car. Okay, there's traffic. Oh, when? While I'm driving, I'm going to say to Tili, I'm going to receive a ticket. Can I do that? So it's impossible for me to really finish the book of Tehillim every day 3 times, right? Yes, but also 1 time it can be too hard for me. For you, maybe it's easy. You can all read the book of Tehillim once a day. That's easy. But for me, it's hard. I have a business. I have a family. I have a car. I have an issue. I have an apartment. I'm busy. So you think that something will hold me back from coming closer to Hashem Yitbarach because I'm not able to finish the book of Tehillim 3 times a day? No way. How can it be that God is far from me if all day long I see that He's trying to bring me closer and closer to Him? And every time that I'm asking Him, where are you? The answer is here. Right here, with you, right now. So if that's the answer, that Hashem is available for us 24/7, so what do we need to look for except of our memory back? Only to remember. Only to know that He's with you. And even if you're going to say, but how can it be that simple people like us, low people like us, not educated like us, impure like us, far like us, wonderful. How can it be that for us it's so available and other righteous people in different generations, for them it was so hard and they thought and they claimed that it's a big journey and it's very hard to connect yourself to Hashem and many things are required for that you will connect yourself to Hashem? I will answer to you, by the merit of our ancestors and all of those righteous people that worked so hard in their generations, now today it become to be easy, and that's it, and it's easy now. Now it's easy. What do you need to do today? You just need to close your eyes and that's it, you're with Hashem. Is there something else with you now when you're closing your eyes except of Hashem's being, existence with you? What there is in my world now except of Hashem Yitbarach? Nothing. I'm closing my eyes and I'm 100% with Hashem. The rebels, they took over the television buildings and they're now broadcasting the Emunah undercover shows and sending their messages to the world. We took over YouTube and Facebook, the words of the revolution, the Emunah revolution. And that's it. Don't forget Hashem. We took over. That's it. You're in our hands. We are bringing the message that is screaming for years to be heard from the broken hearts, from the bleeding hearts of all of those holy stones that have been left behind, that everyone gave up on them, all of those broken souls cut to shreds. All of those tears and all of those drops of blood are screaming from our guts, from our broken hearts, talking from our mouths. And we just need to be brave enough never to stop, letting those voices of justice, of truth, of unconditional love to be heard from our mouths. And we need to take that message and to send it out to thousands and thousands, to millions of people that are suffering only because that they never had the solution. They never had the way how to solve their problems. And now today they have. They need to connect themselves to the emunah, to the faith, to the emunah in one Creator, in one loving Creator that loves each and every one of us an unconditional, endless love. And just to understand and to accept it. And with that message, the rebels are finishing their show for today. Chazak u'baruch.